here with your hostess with the most, Annabelle, as always. So I'm doing another suggestion video. It's going to be a little bit different than what I have been doing. This was kind of sort of a recommendation by one of you guys, a Mr. Kevin H. He was kind of asking about if I can maybe do a video doing some recommendations about some slasher movies, and I thought, brilliant! So thank you, Kevin H., for the idea, for the suggestion video and everything. So here's just a small sample. I know I already kind of suggested, I think, one movie that I'm going to include in this video for you, but just thank you so much for the idea, I was going to say idea, you guys. Kevin, thank you so much for the idea. But let's get it started. So the first movie I want to recommend, I know I've talked about this before, and Kevin, I think this is the movie that I think I kind of had recommended to you, and it's called Blood Rage. I believe, God, what did I see it on? It was either Amazon, Shudder, or Screambox. I'm thinking it was Shudder or Screambox, but Amazon keeps kind of like popping in my head. But I saw this a few months back. One day when I was like just really kind of sick. I was really sick, and I was just kind of like casually watching some movies and everything. Now this is a movie that that is really just, I'll admit, it's a terrible movie. It's horrible. But even when I did my review on this, I said something to the extent of like, yeah, it's a bad movie, but the kills in this really kind of surprised me because I was not expecting the kills that were in this movie and like all that. Like the kills in this movie, I mean, they're nothing like totally spectacular, but because I wasn't expecting the type of kills in this movie, it really kind of made me enjoy it. It had some fun with it. It had some really, like, decent kills, you guys. Like, it's pretty decent. Movie in itself, like I said, really crappy. I know that. I don't expect all you guys to love this movie, but I think a lot of you guys might kind of like somewhat enjoy this movie, have a little bit of fun with it. So yeah, I'm gonna include it in this video because, like I said, it was fun. It was fun. I need to watch it for my binge. I do. But anyway, next one up that I want to talk about, or I should recommend, is Urban Legends from '98. So yeah, this movie, I know a lot of people love this movie, including myself. I know a lot of you guys have already kind of started putting this in your 31 Days of Horror and everything. I still need to watch it. Hopefully, if I can find it on... Why is my phone ringing? I'm sorry, you guys. Damn people. I'm not even going to see who it is, because it's probably a fucking solicitor. Anyway, so Urban Legends. Like I said, I mean, I know a lot of us really do love this movie as it is. Sequels, I think I started watching one of the sequels, and I just couldn't even, like, watch it. I was so bored with it, but at least watch the first one. It is fun, especially if you're someone like me who grew up being obsessed about urban legends and everything. Oh, love the, you know, urban legends and everything. Love it. So anyway, what else am I recommending? What else? So a couple of other things, and like I said, I mean, there's a lot more things that, you know, could be out there. I'll probably throw a few more in for you guys, so Kevin, so this is not like the whole list, but here's a couple more things. Another one that I need to, I really need to mention, and I know quite a few guys already are aware of this movie, have seen this movie, and that is The Barn, which was released within the last few years. Nice little homage, throwback to the 80s and everything. I thought this was pretty well done, really better than I was expecting it, especially with all the hype and everything. Really kind of stayed true to a lot of, like, that 80s-ness and everything, especially with, like, the villains in this, the, you know, killers and everything. Really liked it. It really felt like an 80s type of movie. I mean, I know watching it, like, visually, you could tell it was, like, more modern day, but it definitely felt very 80s to me, which I really liked. Next one up is one that I feel like a lot of people have kind of said the same thing upon their first initial viewing of this, that they really were kind of surprised how much they enjoyed this movie. Now, I know there are people who don't like this movie. I respect that. I get it. I've said many times, like, doing this stuff and watching stuff and discussing stuff, if we all liked the same damn movies, doing this would be absolutely fucking boring. But most people, like I said, have said kind of the same thing, as I was saying, surprised that they enjoyed this movie so much, and that is Valentine. Yes, so I've been very open. I feel like I'm always talking about this movie since I got it about a year ago, actually, in at Half Price Books. Paid I think like $4 or $5 for this. I know a little overpriced, but whatever. But no, this is such a fun little movie. Like I said, it's one of those movies that's kind of like on the tail end of like sort of like Scream and Urban Legends and I Know What You Did Last Summer. So it's kind of like, you know, you're kind of going in with the expectation of like, okay, like this has been run through the mill so many times. It's really not going to be anything. And I mean, honestly, it kind of is a little bit of like, it's so watered down, but they make up for it because, and here's the thing, with what I'm about to say, because like I feel like it's been done so many times, and it's not always done correctly, but the whole like red herring portion of it, because there's so many red herrings. Literally every character in this movie is a red herring, but it works for this movie. It really does, and it's kind of like I feel like you almost have to do that because even from like the start, at least for me when I first watched this, I kind of pretty much knew who the killer was, but there was so many red herrings that I'm like, oh, wait a second. Ooh, like, wait a second. Hang on. Like, it keeps you guessing, you know, I think that's, you know, I think it's done really, really well and efficiently, so definitely worth the watch. Definitely worth the watch. Another, Valentine related movie. And I'm gonna have to do the original on this just because I've seen the remake actually a few months back. I kind of rewatched it. It's okay, but I gotta stick with my OG, My Bloody Valentine. Just because I mean I don't know, it's fun. I feel like once again this is like, you know, the sort of like the Valentine version, the 2001 Valentine version of the 80s, where it's like this was kind of like it was done so many times already by this point, but it's still fun. It's a little like holiday themed one. It's fun, plus it's like a minor, so it's kind of like, okay, it's not Jason, it's not Michael, you know, it's not some of your more typical sort of killer that we were seeing all over the place. Next one up, another holiday themed one. And this one, I absolutely have to do the original because I fucking hate the remake. Well, I shouldn't say I hate the remake, but I didn't like the fact that the remake explained shit. And that is Black Christmas. See, here's the thing. Like, this is where, perfect example, where my sister from another Mr. Jen over at Jen's Reviews from the Grave and I totally are like opposite opinions on a movie. I prefer this. She prefers the remake, which is fine. I'm like, I respect that, you know. I mean, whatever. But I really enjoy this because we don't know. Like, we don't know at the end. Like, nothing's explained. I like that. I really do like that. So I'm just saying, man, what else? I mean, I as far as I know, this has never had a sequel or anything, only a remake. So I only want to say that because I was about to say, thank God this never had a sequel, to which then is explained why the events in this movie happened. Like, I'm glad that this just never had an explanation. Just saying. So, next one up, my all-time favorite movie. Actually, this franchise, I should say, I think is the reason, I believe was the reason why Jen and I connected here on the not Facebook, on the YouTube, and have become pretty tight and everything, and that is Sleepaway Camp. I do not want to say anything about this ending, because I had the ending spoiled for me because of that damn Going to Pieces documentary, so I was not, like, you know, shocked by it or anything, but I wish I could go back in time, unsee Going to Pieces, watch this first and then like be like, what? You gotta check this out. I mean, hell, even check out parts 2 and 3. You can kind of skip Return to Sleepaway Camp, but definitely check this one out. At least the second one. Fun little movies and everything. Awesome, like, just, everything about this movie. And I love to analyze the series to fucking death. Yeah, no pun intended. Just saying. Next one up. Another one that I really enjoyed. I actually did watch it for my, as part of my binge. And that is the 1981 The Burning. Awesome movie. I mean, once again, one of your run-of-the-mill sort of 80s slasher movies, but it's a fun one. I like this one. It's just, and I feel like at this point it kind of started to, like, follow the trend, because I know definitely with, like, Friday the 13th, really kind of started to show, like, oh, well, this is why this person's killing. This is why they were, like, killing everyone. So this kind of followed the tradition. I mean, obviously, it's pretty much like, I know Tom Savini has said many times, because he worked on this, he said basically, yeah, it's a Friday the 13th ripoff. But I like that they did kind of keep in that tradition of, like, okay, well, we need a reason why this guy's killing and everything. And we saw a lot of that in the 80s and everything. But yeah, I love it. I can't get enough of this. I'm gonna watch this again right now. I'm just saying. And last but not least, one that you totally need to see, another one of those, it's so cheesy, but we all seem to love it, and it's, once again, it's like I said, it's not that great, but, I love it, and that is Paces! Yes, Paces! You need to watch this. It's fun, it's gory, it's bloody, and, you guys, I don't want to give away the ending, but guys, if you have not seen it yet, the end, you might want to kind of, like, look away a little bit, because, oh, God, I just feel sorry for that guy. But anyway, no, check it out. Definitely check this one out. But yeah, there is some, slasher recommendations for you guys. Kevin, once again, thank you so much for kind of suggesting this, that I do this and everything. I hope I have given you a couple of things to watch. I hope so. And like I said, hopefully in my next recommendation video, I'll include a few more little slashers for you and everything. Till next time, you guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.